Welcome to Engineering Trainings. In this video, we are going to see about EPS. Here we are going to discuss what is EPS, the purpose of EPS, and how to create EPS in P6 software. All these informations we are going to see in this video. First, what is EPS? EPS is the abbreviation of Enterprise Project Structure. It's a hierarchy of departments of the organization. It's a hierarchy of the departments of the organizations. As we have seen in OBS, the topmost element is the root and other elements are nodes. In a single structure, we can create maximum up to 50 levels, and we can create more than one EPS structure in a software. Here we can delete the root and even the node also. So if we delete a root or node, its child or projects or even the WBS also gets deleted. So we should be very careful before deleting a EPS element. We can't do undo. Means undo option is not available in EPS also. So this is a simple EPS structure. The first element hills is the root and other elements are the nodes. So here hills is having some child and operations is having two childs. So there are total 4 levels in this structure. So if we delete the hills, that's a root, the entire structure will get deleted. So we should be very careful before deleting any element in the EPS structure. What's the purpose of EPS? The purpose of EPS is to organize OBS and WBS into one common structure. Group the projects under specific departments. By default, all the projects are grouped under EPS. We can manage multiple projects from highest level of organization to individuals that perform specific tasks. That means from the top management to the lower level in an organization. How to create EPS? As we seen, EPS is also a enterprise data and it is grouped under enterprise menu. We should go to enterprise menu and choose enterprise project structure. Click the add button to create a new structure. We should enter EPS ID and EPS name to all the elements. The EPS ID is unique. And we have to assign a responsible manager to the elements. Responsible manager can be assigned from OBS. By default, whenever we add a new element in the EPS, it will be assigned directly to the root of the existing OBS structure. Now, what's a relationship between EPS and OBS? After creating a EPS and assigning responsible manager, once you go to OBS window and select a particular element under the responsibility tab, we can responsibility column, we can view the responsible or the assigned EPS element of that particular element WBS. So now let us see how to create a EPS. So go to enterprise, click enterprise project structure. So enterprise project structure window is opened. It is having all the existing EPS structures. To add a new element, select an existing element and click add button on the right hand side. So a new element is added. So use the navigation or arrow keys. Move to the left and now it became a new structure. First it was under an existing structure, now it is a new structure. So similarly add the required numbers of elements by clicking the add button. So now you can see the EPS ID is unique. New EPS 1, 2, 3, 4. So use the arrow keys to create the structure as per your requirement. Now let us see how to rename a EPS ID and EPS name. Just select the element in the table and type the EPS ID and EPS name. This is the first method. There are two methods. First, to directly enter in the table, and the second option in the bottom layout. So select, just enter the EPS ID and EPS name. Next method is to select the element, go to the bottom layout, and you can see EPS ID and EPS name. So select the EPS ID and enter the required ID and the EPS name. Please keep in mind EPS ID should be unique, not only within the structure, within the entire EPS. Even if we have 2 or 3 EPS structures, the same EPS ID can't be used in more than one, or cannot be used for more than one element. So similarly, rename and give separate ID, different ID to all the elements. So now we have done the renaming. Next step is to assign the responsible manager for the EPS elements. Select the element. In the bottom layout, you can see responsible manager. You click on the right hand side of the responsible manager. A new window will be opened. Select responsible manager. That is the OBS window. Go to display and check whether all the elements are displaying. Filter by all OBS elements. So it is displaying all the available elements. So choose the element or choose the responsible manager and click the assign button on the right hand side. Now a display dialog box is opened. So we are assigning operation manager as the responsible manager for this structure. Click yes. So now operation manager is the responsible manager for all the elements under the root port. If you want to change for a particular element, then again select that element, go to responsible manager, and you can choose a different manager for a particular element or particular EPS. You should keep in mind, like if you are assigning a responsible manager for a particular element, all its child will also be assigned to the same responsible manager. If you want to reassign, you have to again select that element and change the responsible manager for that element. So now we see the relationship between OBS and EPS. Close the window, go to Enterprise and select OBS. So the OBS window is opened. Now it is in chart view. Go to display and select table view. So this is the table view, and just expand the bottom layout. Select OBS element and click the responsibilities, and you can find the projects or EPS assigned for that particular OBS element. So this is the relationship between OBS and EPS. Now close the window. Again go to Enterprise and open Enterprise project structure. We will see some other options in EPS. Okay, now we will see, or we will try to delete a EPS element. Select an element, go to delete. So a dialog box is opened. You are trying to delete two EPS elements because we selected logistics, so its child also will get deleted. We don't want to delete both elements, so I will go to the dialog box and click no. So let me try to delete transport. Select transport and delete. So a dialog box is opened. We are trying to delete the EPS element transport. So we are going to delete only one element. Click yes. So it got deleted, and we can't do undo. Similarly, if you select fourth and click delete, fourth and all its child will also get deleted. Means the entire structure will get deleted. So we should be very careful before deleting an element in EPS. Now let us see the chart view. Go to display and click chart view. Same like OBS. All the available structures will be displayed in the form of chart. So we will zoom by clicking display and zoom in, and it will be zoomed out. So this is a simple way to view our EPS structure in the form of chart. So again display, click table view. So now we are in table view. So this is a method to create a EPS, and there are many other options on the right hand side and under the display menu, which all are similar to the OBS, which we have discussed in the previous video. I hope you understood the informations in this video, and request you to share this video with your friends if it actually helps you. Like and subscribe the channel, and don't forget to click the bell icon to get notification of all upcoming videos. Thank you, and see you in the upcoming video.